The New York Giants are coming off a 9-7-1 season where they really surprised a lot of people, and Daniel Jones came up big and proved everyone wrong. Nobody in their right mind would have expected this team to make the playoffs, but that's exactly what they did, and they also pulled off a first-round upset. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about the Giants, recapping their offseason, and showing why I think they are going to be super dangerous in the 2023 season. Before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We just hit 10k subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough. We truly are just growing super fast right now. Alright, so after a very successful season, as I just mentioned, the Giants are now looking to build around their core, and they just added many weapons so far this offseason that will help Daniel Jones throughout the upcoming season. I've even seen some people say that New York has had a top 5 offseason in the whole league. So starting off with the receivers, the Giants recently announced that they are bringing back Darius Slayton, and before that, they announced the return of Sterling Shepard. Also, they added a few more receivers, highlighted by Paris Campbell, who they signed from the Colts. Campbell is a guy who still hasn't reached his potential yet, but I really think a change of scenery is going to help him a lot. He also didn't have the best QB play in Indy. Also, I feel like I gotta mention Jalin Hyatt, who they drafted in the 3rd round from Tennessee, and let me tell you guys, he can turn on the Jets, and the Giants have been looking for a speedster for quite some time. But obviously, he will require a lot of development and might not be ready year 1, but who knows. Another big signing that had lots of people talking is Darren Waller from the Giants. Waller is one of the best receiving tight ends in the whole league, and he will add a whole new dynamic to this offense that they haven't had in a while. Anyways, with the season that Daniel Jones had last year, the Giants decided that he is their guy that they want to build around, so they gave him a huge extension, and honestly, even with how well he played, I don't think most people expected him to get the deal that he got. So I'm definitely going to be very interested to see how this whole thing plays out over the next couple of years. The Giants also will be bringing back Saquon Barkley, assuming they don't make any sort of trade, and this guy has really proved himself to be one of the best backs in the league. Last season, he had over 1,300 rushing yards with 10 touchdowns. It's just good to see him healthy again because he has been plagued with injuries throughout his early career, and this season is honestly going to be huge for him because if he can get through it healthy, it will help him with the confidence of knowing that he's not made of glass. And just to be safe, the Giants did sign another veteran running back to play behind him in Matt Breida. Alright, so now that I've covered most of the skilled positions on offense, I want to move on to the offensive line because they are the most, and they drafted John Michael Schmitz with the 57th pick in the draft, who is a center from Minnesota. This was a pick that Giants fans wanted, and they got him at good value, and he's already projected to start this season. And speaking of that, the projected starting line for New York this season is Andrew Thomas at left tackle, Ben Bredesen at left guard, JMS at center, Mark Glowinski at right guard, and then Evan Neal at right tackle. Now moving over to the defensive side of things, the Giants made a bunch of moves because last year it seemed like they were playing with a bunch of backups. The first signing I want to talk about is Bobby Okereke to a 4-year, $40 million deal. This dude is only 26 years old, he played his last few seasons with the Colts, and last season he had 151 total tackles. This is just a really solid pickup that filled a glaring need. The Giants also signed a few more guys that aren't big names, but will definitely help with the depth. And in terms of the draft, Deonte Banks was an absolute steal late in the 1st round as a corner out of Maryland. He was projected to go a lot higher, and honestly, I don't view him as much worse than the 5th overall pick in Devin Witherspoon. At Maryland last season, Banks had 38 total tackles, and he is just an athletic freak. Anyways, I definitely can't talk about the defense without mentioning Dexter Lawrence, who signed a big 4-year, $90 million deal to stay in New York. Lawrence is one of the few big names on this defense, and the Giants made it a top priority to bring him back. Last season, Dexter had 68 total tackles and 7.5 sacks, a very productive year considering that defenses were building their game plan around him. Overall, the Giants really improved on both sides of the ball this offseason, and they had many picks in the draft that I haven't even mentioned yet that have the chance to be instant impact players. I truly do believe the Giants are going to make another leap this season while following the lead of Daniel Jones. This team just looks completely different from last year. They filled most of their holes, and they now have a super high ceiling, and in my opinion, an 11 to 12 win season is not out of the picture. But let me know in the comments below how many games you think the Giants are going to win this season. Also, before I end this video off, I want to talk a little bit about head coach Brian DeBull, because he now has a full season under his belt and he is becoming one of the elite coaches in the NFL. And with the talented roster he now has, he's going to be able to get even more creative, and it's going to be exciting to watch. That's really all I have to say in this video. I just can't believe that we are already coming up on the start of the NFL season, and with things really starting to ramp up, there is so much to talk about. The Giants are just one of those teams that have a super high ceiling coming into 2023, and I can't wait to see some of their new additions on the field. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point in the video, and if you haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly means the world. I can't thank you guys enough for 10K subscribers, and I just want to say, if you are looking to do YouTube or even just anything in general, you just have to start and stick to it no matter what. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Let me know what you would like to see next, and until next time, I will see you all later.